Good morning. My name is Sabrina Smith. I'm from the One Way Farm Children's Home. It's located in Fairfield, Ohio, but we have county contracts with all 88 counties. I know, as you said, sometimes, we've talked about CASA's role in things as well, but sometimes when these kids are a victim of crime, they need to be taken out of their situation for further investigation. That's the reason why we're seeing these counties cross barriers to come to our Butler County facility in order to kind of get the services they need and to drill what's behind that family unit, what's behind the community unit that caused that child to become a victim of crime. So that's why we do have contracts throughout all 88 counties. Some interesting facts about our facility. We're looking into indoor farming. What we've noticed with our kids that we serve ages 6 to 17 years of age, teaching them transitional skills so they don't live out the same cycle of abuse, and creating that productive member of society is very important to our kids, but it's important to our society as well. So we're looking at indoor farming through grant funds as well as, different community partners. Even Amazon CEO is part of indoor farming kind of initiatives as well. So we have 14 acres on our property, so we're looking to bring some of that probably to a smaller scale on site. That way we can teach those transitional skills to our kids that we serve. One of the things, we've been a children's home and we've been around for over 40 years now, but working on your capital improvement plan is very important. And what we mean by that is making sure those HVAC systems are updated, making sure bathrooms, bedrooms for our kids are updated to the new standard, just because these kids are already so far behind in school, and some of them have disabilities of some sort, making sure that we stay cutting edge with that. The building of the Joe Nuxall Gym Center, that was an initiative that was started before he passed away. So trying to get back under that and take those resources that we've already have and then build upon them. Our new vision is to create apartment-style housing on top of that. That way, we've noticed Children's Services says there's this market for that 18 to 21-year-old. Right now, I can keep a child that is 18 to 21 years old in my facility if they have a documented disability, but I will say that becomes a challenge when you have a 7-year-old and you have an 18-year-old in the same house, because that 18-year-old is still an adult now, as far as legal terms. But as we all know, like when I went off to college, my family support definitely helped me through that time as well. We don't want to release these kids to just society and say, all right, navigating that system is very hard even to get the resources they need. So kind of bridging that gap is something we're looking towards. Independent housing on site, we have the tiny house movement. We've worked with other nonprofits in the community. So thinking outside the box, maybe they'll do some work on the farm that we have there. We have daylilies. We also have a thrift store on site, which the thrift store organically happened. The first way it's served is because we use it for anything that our kids need. The second way is for any kids that might be coming to us, just because the average stay time has now decreased. And that's just because our ultimate goal is to get these kids fostered or adopted. The third way is for kids that move out into the community that reach that age or might be 17 and now need independent housing. We give them stuff for their apartment. And the fourth way is it's actually sold at the thrift store. So that way the money comes back to help with our programming. And then just more houses in general. We've heard a lot of nonprofits here talk about how things are growing for them, and that's one of the ways we're also growing as well. Let's see here. Our mortgage, I'll kind of skip that. But just in general, I know you guys are real estate agents, so having the $125,000 left on our mortgage, that's definitely doable. But then to build new facilities, we're kind of, starting that capital campaign for that as well. So we want to, continue to build awareness in the community. And with the heroin epidemic, we're getting a different kind of child. We're maybe getting a child that is neurotypical. There's no disability of any kind. They might have been removed from the family unit to discover what's going on. So that drills and keeps their stay at the farm a little less, because our goal is to get them fostered, adopted, returned to the family unit if possible in some capacity. But there needs to be that time for investigation, because as I said before, they're victims of crime. I work with the Hamilton County heroin task force, every month, and to hear the stories, it's $50 to $60 a day for for the heroin habit, but how do you get resources in other ways besides monetary funds? And unfortunately, sometimes that's led our kids to become a victim of crime, whether they've had to steal items, trafficking in some cases, and yes, that's in Ohio, that's in your back door. So those are some of the things that we're up against, with our current kids. And, your support and community involvement as a greater community is amazing. So it's so great to have the Union Center office invite us out here, and we really appreciate everything. We have our big open house on April 21st, and as I say on here, schedule a tour with us. It's really interesting to connect you with our space and our services and what we're doing for programming. So we're just located in Fairfield, but as said before, we serve all those other counties. OneWayFarm.org is also a way you can reach us as well. So we thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate it.